Hey Navigators, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do my first fishing trip of the year. Okay, I'm going to be heading over to Wilgreen Lake. Today it's end of February. The temperature is going to be somewhere in the lower 60s. It's going to be sunny. We've had nice weather leading up to today, or at least warm temperatures. It's been a little bit windy and some rain, but we're going to go over and see if we can't catch some fish today. So we're just packing up. We got up, we had some coffee, we watched the sun out the window, had some breakfast, and man, now it's time to get everything packed up and ready to go. So I'm going to pick out a couple plastics out of my collection, and I'm going to stuff them in a bag and take them with me. I've already got my fishing poles, I got my baits preloaded. Alright, let's see if we can look and see what we got here. Alright, we got a black and red spinner bait. Alright, this here is a bladed jig. Got a crankbait. And somewhere in here, and then got a jig. Black and blue jig. So we got some different colors. We'll try some different things today. We'll see what happens. I don't know if we'll catch any fish or not, but we're going to get outdoors and we're going to give it a heck of a try. And that's what I really like to do, is get outside. So come with me and let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the Outdoor Navigator. Well, we're over at Wilgreen Lake and we're going to start doing some fishing. Alright, this is my first time fishing this year. It's the first time I've been fishing in a while. I got hurt last year. I didn't get to do much fishing. And man, it's been eating at me. So we're back on the water. I don't know what's going to happen today. The water is stained pretty bad. The weather has warmed up here over the last couple weeks. We have had some 70-degree days. Today it's going to be lower 60s and sunny. So my plan is I'm going to go up some of these creeks, okay, on this lake. And I'm going to see if any bait fish have moved up in there. And we're going to see if any big bass followed them. We're also going to try to find some points with some drop-offs to see if the fish have moved up they're shallower, where they still got that escape back to deep water. And we're going to fish crankbaits, bladed jigs, and who knows what else. We'll just try a bunch of different things and see what happens. Main thing is we're going to try to cover a lot of water. So I'm going to start out with the crankbait. And let's see what we get. I don't know what kind of audio I'm going to have back there, but we'll check it later. So right now we're just fishing this bomber bait. I found this bait in a tree last year and I caught probably my personal best bass. So, and I caught it here. So figured I'd come back over here and try it again. So right now, somewhere out about right here, there's a pretty good drop. It goes from 7 to 20. So off this point. So we're going to kind of cast off this where it drops. Right now we're moving in a little bit shallow, so we're going to get out here a little bit more. We're trying to fish a lot of space because we don't know where they're at right now. I'm just out here trying to find them, so I have no idea where they're at. They're probably bundled up somewhere. I don't know if y'all can see it on the camera, but man, there's some pretty houses on this lake. That one right there is one of them. Man, I mean, what a view they got every day. Well, the water temperature says 53 degrees, which hey, I like that. It's starting to warm up a little bit at least. Alright, we're going to start fishing a little bit shallower water now. I was fishing out here a little bit deep. I'm going to slow it down and try not to burn it in too bad. And we'll try to fish some of this shallower water, see if they've moved up a little bit, and you know, where they've got this deep water right here where they can go to it. Oh man, look you there. We got our first one of the year. He ain't no monster, but man. Hey, we'll take him. I'll have y'all know that's the first fish I've ever caught while the camera was rolling. I have a hard time getting them on camera. Every time I catch one, my camera's off. Alright, so basically we caught that one on this crankbait, and I slowed it down a little bit. I was burning it a little bit, so we slowed it down a little bit. You know, try some different things. You never know what's going to work. Now I did catch him right at the end of the boat, so it was a little bit off of the bank. I don't know if he followed me or not, but he could have, very well have. Man, I don't know what that was. I felt like something hit me again about the same spot, so we're gonna throw out here a little ways and see. All right, guys, so I've changed over. I'm fishing this half-ounce jig now. I got this little crawfish trailer. I think it looks pretty good in the water, a little bit darker color to match this darker water, so let's see what happens. Alright, so the technique we're using right now, we're just kind of swimming it off of, we're picking spots, kind of spot fishing, just picking spots and kind of swim jigging it a little bit. So, see if we can't maybe pick one up while we're still covering water, just covering water. What's up, guys? Well, we've been doing some fishing, and we've been doing a whole lot of casting. We ain't been doing a whole lot of catching. We've been doing a lot of casting. But hey, it's the first time out this year. Feels good, man. It's like, I'm gonna say it's 60 degrees. The water temperature is like 53. So everything's warming up. It's getting better. It's getting ready to get real good because I got me a bologna sandwich. So I'm gonna eat a little bite here. But man, you just can't beat it. I mean, you can't beat getting outside. I know there's always a lot of pressure, especially when you're doing a YouTube channel, to catch fish. Because you're like, you know, that's what the people want to see. People, you ain't always going to see it on my channel. Because there's days that I don't catch any fish. But, you know, what I want to share with you is just, you know, my adventure in the outdoors. You know, sitting out moments like this, man, having a cold pop, eating a bologna sandwich. I'm sure you all have been there. That's the moments that y'all remember. You remember the catching fish, but, you know, I also remember all the moments out there when, you know, I was just relaxing. You know, kick back in my chair. I mean, that sun feels so good today. And that's what I'll encourage y'all to do, man, is to get outside and enjoy those moments like that. You know, those moments where maybe it's just to feel the sun on your face. Right in front of me, I can't show you right now because of the camera, but I got a big red squirrel. I was sitting there climbing down a tree. He's sitting there looking at me, wondering what I'm doing. If he subscribed to my channel, he'd know what I was doing. But speaking of, you can subscribe to my channel. Just hit that subscribe button. But yeah, we're having a good time today. Let me go back out here in the shade a little bit. Kind of let myself just float up on the bank. It's just a beautiful day. I mean, it's awesome. So the rest of the day, I'm getting ready to come up here on one of my favorite spots where I seem to always catch fish. So whether I will today, I don't know. But what we have been fishing today, I started out with that crankbait. I did manage to catch a fish with that, which was good. But after that, I kind of switched up a little bit. I've tried jig. I've tried a swim jig. I've tried a bladed jig. What else did I try? I got a spinner bait that I haven't tried yet, and that's what I'm going to try up here on my favorite spot. I think that's what I caught the big one on last time with spinner bait. Spinner baits, man, I just love them. Now, I've been fishing darker colors because the water's stained, but I'm going to tell you what, I caught that fish on that white shad looking bait. So, I think when I get up here, I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to put on a lighter color bait. I'm going to go ahead and put on a light color spinner bait. And I'm going to try it out. I don't know, you got to try some different things. Everything that I see tells me that I should fish a darker colored bait. And I should fish slow. You know, because water temperature's still low. Fish ain't really doing a whole lot, but you can't never tell. Earlier today, I seen a fish come up on top water and hit something. Now, I have not tried top water yet, and I don't know if I'm going to. Typically, I wouldn't fish top water this kind of temperature, but I mean, who knows? It might be why I'm not catching fish. I need to do things that I don't typically do. And that's how it is when you're fishing, you know. You got to try to find a pattern, you know, figure it out. When I came over here, my main thing was I was going to fish up in these creeks and see if any of these bait fish had moved up in there and if the bass had followed them. Well, I don't know if that's the case. So now I'm going to try to find structure
that's by drop-offs. And I'm gonna try to fish those. So I'm gonna finish up this bologna sandwich. I'm gonna change some baits around, and we're gonna go hit it some more and see what happens.
Well, all right, guys, we're gonna try something a little bit different. See if we can figure these fish out. I mean, that's the thing. It's a constant battle. It's a constant battle between you and the fish, trying to figure out what they want, what they want to do. Plus, another thing I got going on is I can't get my boat right today. It's the first time out. I can't get my seat right. I got a whole lot of issues that I'm gonna have to work out. It's been a while since I've been fishing. So, all right, let's see here. Now, I told you that I had been fishing dark colors. All right, I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit. I got this little paddle tail trailer. Got this, you know, almost a shad looking spinner bait. Got the double willow leaves on it. So I think it's about a half ounce, a little bit heavier. So we'll see what we can do. Cause I mean, these fish, man, they're cold. They're not wanting to do no whole lot. So I don't know. You know, if they'd get up, move around a little bit, they'd warm up. I mean, that's what Uncle Sam told me back in the day. You know, when my motivation was down, when you was cold, man, got out there on the PT field and stand to the left and half right face, and man, in no time you was warmed up. I mean, they really knew what they was talking about. I mean, it don't take long to get warmed up. Now, if these fish would just get out here and get moving around a little bit, you know, swim after this bait, get them a little exercise, you know, I'd go ahead and pull them out here in the sun, warm them up a little bit, and put them back in. Let them go back. That's all I want to do. I just want to catch hold of you, get you out here, check you out, and let you go back. Now, that don't mean that I won't eat one from time to time, but typically I don't. Typically I just catch them and let them back go again to catch another day, maybe. I'll tell you though, man, this fishing's rough today. I mean, we've tried a lot of different stuff, but here's the thing. I may not catch one more fish today, and the odds are is I probably won't. But I mean, look at this. It's February. It's the end of February. February 28th. It's the last day of February. There ain't hardly a cloud in the sky. I mean, you'll see a little one up there every once in a while. Yesterday, we had 50 and 60 mile an hour winds. We had some rain. I mean, it was just awful. And over the past week or two, it's been anywhere from 80 degrees to like 30. And I think tomorrow it's going to be nice. It's going to be more windy. That's why I decided to go fishing today. Tomorrow it's going to be windy. It's going to be a little bit warmer. And then this weekend, it's going to be awful. I mean, it's going to get cold again. So, that's not going to stop me from navigating outdoors, though. Because this weekend, I've got Section 3 of the Shelter We Trace. So, if you've been following me, I've done Section 1, okay? That was, I think, about 13 miles. That was from the terminus down to Holly Fork Road, or I think that's what it was called, Holly Fork Road. So we went down there, and we'll hang it. Gotta work out the kinks, guys. So we did that, and then did Section 2, and it was from Holly Fork down to Moorhead, Kentucky. And that was a little bit longer. I think that was 14 miles. And I tell you, man, that broke me off, man. I mean, it did. I got broke off on that one. I was hurting. Now, this one coming up is exit. Gotta remember how to use my electronic. This one coming up, I think it's going to be, man, I think it's like about 12 miles too, or something like that. So it ain't gonna be no joke. It's gonna be a good one. And we're gonna go from Moorhead down to Cave Run Lake, which is a lake that you will see me fish later this year. I'll go up there and I'll do some fishing up there. Cave Run Lake there's bass up there, and that's what I'll be doing. I'll be bass fishing. But there's also muskie, big old muskie. I mean, it's a famous lake. I mean, when it comes to muskie fishing, it's one of the premier destinations to fish for muskie. I mean, that place is it's cool. I've never just went out targeting muskie, but now I have caught a couple muskie while I was bass fishing, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they're fun. I should try to do some muskie fishing, but I'm gonna tell you right now, man, them old muskie baits are high. And the Outdoor Navigator has spent about all the money he's got on bass fishing. So I don't know if Miss Outdoor Navigator, Miss Outdoor Navigator, I don't know if she would be cool with me picking up another hobby that costs a lot of money. Because, man, between hiking, camping, fishing, canoeing, ATVing, I mean, no wonder I don't never get no time to go, because I gotta go work to pay for all the toys that I gotta have to go do all that stuff. Now, I have had a lot of luck on this little stretch here before. I don't know if we will today, but I'm sitting here looking. It's out here where I'm at, it's 10 foot. There ain't a whole lot of, I know down here in a little bit there's some structure. There ain't no whole lot right here, but like I said, I have caught some fish here before. You know, I know somewhere out here it falls off pretty deep, and what I was thinking was maybe these fish were hanging out here close right to that drop off, and but I don't know, it hasn't proven to be right yet, so we'll see. I think I need to slow my retrieve down a little bit. Let that spinner bait get down there and do its work a little bit. Now, I've got another spinner bait that I was going to use. It's, you know, because I set up with darker colors because I figured this water would be stained. It's a black with one of them big old blades on it, so I could slow roll it and get that good wobble, pulling fish in. Yeah, right now, I don't know, man. We ain't doing no whole lot. I'm gonna count it down here a little bit. I'm not seeing any fish on my electronic here. So this may be one of them areas we just pick up one that might be swimming around, where we may have to go out here and find some structure here in a little bit. Alright, we're gonna really slow it down on this retrieve. Uh-oh, I've hung something, and I hung it right up here where I was wanting to fish. Dang it. Isn't that the way it always goes, man? I should have known it, though. I can see, heck, I can see These limbs all over the place up here. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff going on up here. So hopefully I'm just back. I think I even see my bait. Looks like I'm just back behind something. So hopefully I can get over here on the other side of it and get it out. Oh, I see it there. There it is. Come on now. Okay, we got it. Now we're gonna try to back out here. This is where I was wanting to try out. Up here where this tree's up here. Y'all see up? That's where I was wanting to go. Alright guys, so we come back to the jig and I'm trying to fish this point. I'm fishing some points now. Just trying to see if I can come off on these points and catch these fish hanging off on the edge of them before they drop off. Just fishing is slow. I mean, it's slow. It's still beautiful out though. I mean, look, there's another one of them big old houses over. I mean, beautiful. Beautiful day to be fishing. Alright, let's see if we can do something. Let's throw it up there. Alright, we're gonna let him hit bottom, and then we're just gonna drag him through here. Gonna pop him every once in a while. Just kind of drag him, pop him, keep reeling, pop him. It's kind of hard fishing a jig. There's so many trees and stuff. I mean, man, I'm getting hung up bad. You know, it's better for a good rock bottom bank, but this one here, it ain't got no bunch of rock bottoms. I think what I'm gonna do here in a minute is I'm gonna take this jig off and I'm gonna make my final correction for the day. I'm gonna try one more thing new, and it may come here pretty soon because I've done hung up again. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tie on my favorite, a good old Texas rig worm, and we're gonna try that for a minute. The wind's died down. I feel like I can do a little finesse fishing, so that's what I'm gonna try out. I don't know what we've hung up in over here. Looks like I can see some rocks down in there. That might be what it is. It ain't wanting to come out, so we're gonna have to dig him out. Alright. Let's get this paddle back out. Get it. Oh, there it is. Alright. Push this off here. Oops, easy. This is showing a fish right under the boat. Alright, well, you know what you gotta do when you change baits. Everybody knows it. You gotta do one last cast. So that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna let that hang up be our last cast. So I'm gonna get here on this point. I'll tell you something else I forgot today, and I'm gonna feel it later. I forgot my sunscreen, and I got a feeling that I'm gonna be paying for that one, because it's one of them days where it's cool but the sun's out, so you can't tell what you're burning. And I think my ear is lobstered. I'm gonna say it is. Man, that feels good coming out through there. I don't know. There's a plane flying over top of me and it's sputtering. Well, there's two planes flying over top of me. One of them was sputtering. I don't know which one it was, but I wouldn't want to be on that sputtery plane. Alright, so we're going to change baits. GoPro, stop recording. Alright guys, well, we've changed it up. We're trying something a little bit different. Fishing it slow, finesse. Just basically fishing old Texas rigged worm. Just dragging him along the bottom, popping him up, letting him come back down and settle down. Just kind of bringing him back to the boat, trying to cover a little bit of water, but you know, here's what we got here. Alright, this is a, if you look up there, I think it's like a 9-inch worm. Got a curly tail on it. I kind of like the color. I think it might work today. I don't know. We're going to see. Hopefully this thing with that curly tail, it's got a little bit more movement. You know, we're trying to entice these old cold fish into having a reaction strike, because I don't know that they're all that big on feeding right now, so we got to make them do it. So that's why we're trying to pop it a little bit and, you know, pop it and then let it settle. Try to get that reaction strike. The old turtles are out. I don't know if y'all can see them over there. To me, that's a good sign. Now, up in this creek, man, we're sitting at 57 degrees. We're a lot warmer. Whoa. Oh, okay, that was one of them turtles. We're a lot warmer up in here. This is probably where I should have come to start with, maybe. Got a little bit warmer water. These fish might be a little more active in here. I don't know if they are. I'm not seeing it. That's for sure. But we'll keep pushing. We'll keep pushing. I see a tree sticking down through there. I thought I'd try to follow it out when I'm looking on my... I mean, this water is only 7 foot deep out here. It's not very deep. Now, I do know when we get to the end of this point, it drops off real deep. And that's kind of where I'm thinking and hoping where we might catch fish. That's what we was talking about earlier. You know, we got that point coming out there and got that drop off. So hopefully those fish, you know, this water being warmer, hopefully they've come up in here and maybe been feeding a little bit and we can catch them. I haven't seen any signs of too much of anything though. You know, a lot of times you'll see some shad balls or something floating around, but I ain't really seen nothing like that. I tell you, well, I don't know, maybe I ran over something, I felt something. This old Johnny Morris carbon light, he's pretty sensitive. I mean, he's a sensitive rod. I like doing my fishing my plastics, especially my Texas rig worms with this pole. I just feel like I can. It's a lot more, the sensitivity's a lot better on this one. I can feel that bottom, I can feel those nibbles. Foot, still just, I don't know, there's not a whole lot going on this bank. The wind did pick up a little bit there, because this morning there wasn't no wind. Remember on the forecast it said 5 to 10 mile an hour, I think is what it said. But tomorrow it's going to be windier than that. So I figured if I was going to come over, I'd do it today. And it's been a good day. We've got one fish. We did not get skunked. I figured skunk. So I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, he wasn't no big hog. I talked to another guy that was over here today. He said that he had caught 2, and they sounded like they was the same size as those 2, or that one that I caught. So I don't know. Those big ones, I'm saying big ones, man, they might still be deep. You know, some of them little old fellers, they might have come up here on the bank a little bit. But them big daddies, they must still be hanging out at the bottom. Don't know. Get y'all a better angle what I'm doing over here. As you can see, I mean, there's some stick ups and some trees down in the water, some dead heads, and I mean, there's some structure for fish. And certain times of the year, this is a pretty good bank. But I tell you right now, it ain't too good. Now, I told you our mega was 7 foot. Now I'm sitting about 12 foot of water now. We're getting out here where this channel comes through. It comes through close to this point. That's why I think it's probably a good spot. But we'll see what happens. We're just gonna bring it out here. We're gonna have at it. Yeah, this is my first fishing show of the year. It ain't gonna be the last. I'm gonna do a lot more fishing this year than I did last year. Last year, my trip to the Hatfield McCoy trails, which if you look up in the card, you can check that out. That did me in. I ran into a hill that kicked my hind end, man. He beat me up. So I got broke up pretty bad. Couldn't fish. Got healed up, you know, and got to hiking during the fall and winter and coming into spring. But fishing is getting ready to kick in, man. I love fishing. It's probably my favorite. It's relaxing. I mean, I come out here and I hit it pretty hard, but you know what? If the fish ain't biting, I'll put down my pole and I'll just kind of float around, paddle around or whatever. That's why I like kayak fishing. I mean, it's a lot cheaper, number one. That boat gas is high. All right, everybody. Well, we're gonna call it a day. So, first fishing trip for 2023. I'm gonna call it a success. It wasn't a skunk. Caught one fish. He wasn't a super big one, but man, I'll take him. This is that was the first fish I ever caught while I had my cameras rolling. So, man, that was awesome. Finally did it. So hopefully there's a lot more of that this year. Had an awesome day. I mean, looky here. I mean, this is what we got today. I mean, it's February 28th. It is 60 degrees. It's sunny. It feels awesome. I'm pretty sure I got sunburned. But, I mean, what a day. What an awesome day that God gave me today. Thank you, God. So, we tried a little bit of everything today, okay? We came over with a plan, okay? The plan was we're going to fish up in these creeks because I figured you know, maybe they were warming up. We almost had 58 degrees in one creek. So, you know, we thought we'd get up in there. We would throw crankbait and, you know, try to cover some water and see if we could find some fish. Okay, never really found anything that was really going. Later on, I tried to fish some structure. I seen some structure, seen some fish hanging on it. Tried fishing a jig, tried fishing a bladed jig, tried fishing a Texas rig worm. I mean, tried a little bit of everything. Nothing really working today, so, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Will that discourage me to where I won't come back? It sure won't. So, we'll be back at it again. We got a big fishing year coming up. It's going to be fun. We're going to hit a lot of different water, and it's going to be great having you guys with me. So, thanks for stopping by. Hey, make sure you subscribe so you can catch some of those fishing trips coming up this summer. I love having you here. Hopefully it's entertaining for you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see all the episodes when they come up. Leave comments. I mean, guys, get down there in the comments and tell me what you think about the video. Tell me if there's anywhere you want me to go. Now, I fish mainly in Kentucky, so, you know, I can try to get to some other waters, but Kentucky's going to be it probably for a little bit unless I go on vacation. You know, tell me what you're fishing with. Tell me what you're catching fish, because apparently I need some help. But at least I did after today. But we'll keep trying. So, thanks a lot. It was good talking to you again. Navigate outdoors. It's the best thing you can do. You won't regret it. Guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
God.